Hey, what's going on, y'all? Back at it. I know it's been a minute, but look, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Um, make better choices. I don't know why some people walk around out here underestimating the consequences of public confrontations, whether it be jail or, in this next case, the cemetery. So let me show y'all what I'm talking about, and then I'll come back with my thoughts as usual about this subject.
Also in the news now, a man is cleared of all charges related to an argument that ended in a deadly shooting. He says he acted in self-defense. Prosecutors now agree. On the night team tonight, 7's Joe Rhodes, live for us in Miramar. Joe.
Craig, a justifiable homicide. That is what the Broward State Attorney's Office is now labeling this. And the man who was once labeled a murderer says he's ready to move on.
But the headline here is that an innocent man had his charges dropped.
A far different situation now for 28-year-old Jaime Taylor, a free man cleared of all charges against him in relation to a deadly encounter inside this Miramar Walgreens.
Unfortunate that it had to happen. I just know at the moment it was killed to be killed.
I thank God he was able to defend himself because I don't think he would be here if he wasn't.
Taylor says he acted in self-defense on February 3rd inside the store at the corner of South Palm Avenue and Miramar Boulevard.
There's a shooting in Walgreens.
Anybody hurt now?
Yes, somebody was shot.
According to the arrest report, a cashier told police 27-year-old Anthony Souvenir was the aggressor. And as they argued, both men made it clear they were each carrying a gun.
He told me that, yeah, I see you got a gun and I got one too. I shot when he pulled it out. He pulled it out.
Taylor says he fired 2 shots and Souvenir fired 1 before collapsing. On Friday, after reviewing all of the evidence, the Broward State Attorney's Office decided not to move forward with the case. In a memo writing, the evidence in this case demonstrates that Taylor acted in reasonable self-defense.
My son is dead again. It's dead.
Anthony Souvenir's family reacting to the decision to drop the charges to 7 News Monday night.
Justice wasn't served. It wasn't served. Why? Why wasn't it served? Are we all people?
Taylor's mother, meanwhile,
I knew God would bring him back home to me.
says her son assured her from the beginning he had done nothing wrong.
I got on the scene, and the first thing when they rolled the back windows down, he said, "Mama, don't cry, I'm gonna be okay."
Now cleared of a felony murder charge, Taylor says he plans to finish his last year of college at Northwest Missouri State, where he plays football and focus on his family.
Better be the best father to my daughter. Make sure I stay on the straight and narrow path so I don't have to even deal with this ever again.
Attorneys in this case say that Taylor also had a license to carry. They say that Souvenir did not. In fact, they say because of his history, he wasn't even allowed to have a gun. We're live in Miramar tonight. Joe Rhodes, 7 News.
Man, dude wasn't even supposed to have a gun. I think he pretty much brought it on himself. So yeah, prosecutors, they dropped the charges against Taylor, citing evidence that supported Taylor's claim of self-defense. And the parents of the deceased, their son is gone, but this was something that he started. Anthony Souvenir was, in my opinion, I think trying to show out for his girlfriend, acting tough, and acting tough because he had a gun, and maybe he was used to some people backing down because of that. But on February 3rd, 2025, it didn't work out for him that day. But this just shows you how things can escalate into a fatal encounter, especially when things like guns are involved. I mean, Souvenir believed that Taylor was looking too hard at his girlfriend, and that statement, or when I hear somebody say that, because I've heard someone or heard a lot of people use that before, um, telling somebody else that they're looking too hard, and to me, it's never really about a look. I think it's always about ego and just trying to prove something, um, especially in front of their partner, significant other, or just their friends. And too often it ends in bloodshed. You see, this started and ended because a fool decided that somebody was looking at his girlfriend looking at his girlfriend too hard. And because he wanted to be a tough guy, he escalated the situation. Taylor defended himself. He was arrested and charged with murder, but in April 2025, like you heard in that story, the charges were dropped. Surveillance video and witness accounts backed up his claim of self-defense. So, this wasn't about Anthony Souvenir protecting his girlfriend. It wasn't about defending anybody from harm. It was about him feeling disrespected over a perceived slight of somebody looking too long, or maybe not even at all. But when you let your emotions interpret reality, you start reacting to what you think someone meant instead of what they actually did. And when you're carrying pride and a pistol, it's a deadly mix. And at the end of the day, your pride and ego might win you the moment, but they can also cost you everything: a future, a family, a life. Your pride and ego will be your downfall if you let them control how you respond. And when it comes to these weapons, which Souvenir wasn't even supposed to have, but when it comes to these weapons, the manufacturers just didn't make one. Understand, just because you have one, that doesn't make you some kind of badass, and it doesn't mean that others don't have them and won't use them. So learn to leave people alone, mind your business, so you can make it home to your family. Had Mr. Souvenir done that, he might still be alive. So now his child is left without a father, and his girlfriend more than likely is just moved on to the next guy. So y'all take care, stay safe, and just make better choices out there. Peace, y'all.